today because it was a crazy day, but welcome to another edition of Hey Home Cooking. Healthy, easy, yummy home cooking, where everything that we share with you is meant to be healthy, easy, and yummy. And today we're doing a most requested lasagna. So this is a first for us, okay? Now, Mia and Dawn, believe it or not, I am making this for the first time with you all. I haven't made lasagna, but this way. So this is to prove to all of us that it can be very easy, right? We're like a reality show. We admit it as it is. All right, here we go. So today we're going to use heavily, if you have it, our machine. So Marco and Mia, I cannot wait for you guys to have this, okay? Because if not, because there's the two of you, this is something that's amazing because there's two of you cooking with us, okay? We are going to have to slice our zucchini and our yellow squash into 1/4 inch thick. You get like thin slices, round, okay? And your carrots, you're going to have to as well, kind of like slice it into smaller strips or kind of like grate it with a big type of grate, okay? Earn your machine. Come on, Dawn, you're ready with your machine? Yes, we're going to use that heavily today. So for those of you who are not familiar, this is a cooking class where we welcome people to cook along with us. So first of all, EOC, this is what we're using. The different thing about this lasagna is that we're baking it and cooking everything in one step here, kind of like one step, okay? Using just one pot. No big oven baking. What we're going to do is bring this up to 350 at the moment. Bring up our EOC to 350. My very favorite gadget in the kitchen. I do everything with this, like you probably have seen me in the past year, right? And then while this is being preheated, we're not going to necessarily wait for it to reach 350. But while we're doing this, Dawn, if we haven't yet, and Mia, we need to slice up our onions, okay? So our prep and our cooking is going to happen simultaneously. So the first thing is, ta-da! Mia, you're probably ahead. Yours is already sliced, isn't it? You're ahead, okay? So here, Dawn, we're going to use cone number 2 or cone number 4, up to you, your slicer for our onion. I'm going to use number 2. I'm going to string it. So I have a medium-sized onion. I just removed the skin. Then Mia, here, look, I can't wait for you to have this, right? Ta-da, really fast, all the way, done. All right, we're stringing the onion. Dawn, so either cone number 2 or cone number 4, up to you. There you go. All right. And then after we string our onions, what meat are you using today, Mia? Let me ask. So we did say we need a pound of your choice of meat. If you want to make this vegetarian, then you can just use whatever kind of mushrooms you have. All right, just slice them into thin slices as well. What are you using, Mia?
I think it's 90%.
It's beef? Okay. Dawn, are you using chicken?
I'm using turkey meat.
Turkey? Okay, perfect. I'm using bison. Look, we have 3 different kinds of meats. So bison, turkey, and beef. I'm not sure if anybody's cooking with us on Facebook. Daughter Francesca, are you doing our Facebook? Yes. Let's see who's with us on Facebook. So here's what we're going to do. Our onions and our meat, we're going to put and cook now at 350. Let's go do this. So it doesn't have to have reached 350. All our onions going in there. Let's grab all our onions from our slicer. This is loud. Let me get something that's a little bit not as loud. One of my spatulas. Ta-da. Okay, so we're not using oil at all, as always. We try to avoid, we try to minimize our use of cooking oil when we cook with our Saladmaster hands. Okay? And whatever meat you have. So in my case, this is bison. I'm in love with bison, like I've been mentioning recently. Here we go. Who's with us on Facebook? Hello, everybody who's with us. Thank you for dropping by. I am so sorry I'm alone today. My hubby is actually working. Yes, he doesn't do this full-time with me. He has his very important job, and that's what he's doing right now. That's why I'm all alone. Yes, he doesn't do this full-time with me. Hi, Karina. Hi, Alex. Job, and that's what he's doing right now. That's why I'm all alone. I can hear myself with a few seconds lag. Hi, Karina. Thanks for dropping by. Christine Lim is not sure what happened, but she was supposed to cook with us today. Here we go. And then, after mixing this a little bit, please do grab some salt and pepper and season the meat a little bit, okay? Very lightly. So this is about, for me, I'm going to use about, this is about 1/4 of a teaspoon. I'll make it half to season my meat, and then add some black pepper if you wish, all right? Because we're using quite a bit of meat. This is a pound of meat. I just want to make sure it's flavored somehow. There you go. So salt and pepper to taste at 350, okay? Dawn, your turkey is going to cook so much faster than my bison, and even yours, Mia. Ground beef, it really doesn't take too long, right? And then we'll cover this. For your turkey, Dawn, you'll probably have to cook it at 350 until it starts clicking, okay? And then you just remove the lid, because then we're gonna start layering. Mia, the same thing. So I covered it at 350. Our meat that's seasoned with salt and pepper with the onions, right? And then while we're waiting for the bulb to click, we're not timing it, we're just waiting for the clicking. We're going to start processing all our other things. So Dawn and I are gonna do this because we're not done, Mia, you are. So with cone number 2, in a bowl, Dawn, grab your bowl, any bowl you have, your thermal bowl. I have my trusted mixing bowl. Mia, Marco, you're going to like put together all your vegetables. Mine, carrots first, because we're behind. I'm going to process this first, okay? So grab a big bowl and mix your zucchini, squash, and carrots all together, all right? Without your spinach. Are you using spinach? Yes? Okay. I'm not using spinach. You know why? I run out of time to get my spinach. So I'm substituting my spinach with cabbage. So for every one of you, that's a tip. If you are out of spinach for this lasagna, you can actually use cabbage. Okie dokes. So Dawn, I'm processing my carrots. There you go. I'm using that much carrot. And then I'm moving on, and I'm changing my slicer to cone number 4, my cone. This is a slicer. So I did the carrots with cone number 2, Dawn, and then now with cone number 4. Mia, you can remember this. Oops, sorry. You can remember this for your future use. I'm not looking. There you go. Talking and cooking at the same time, especially with something sharp. I'm getting used to it. Then here's my zucchini. Oh no, my squash. Dawn, it's cone number 4 for my squash. Oops, it's already clicking. Look at this, Mia. I cannot wait for you to experience this. It is so fast, right? Ta-da. And then my zucchini. I'm doing it with a slicer all throughout. Now you have a choice to do this with the stringer, the cone number 2. I just prefer this type of cut for my lasagna. because I want to be able to eat like bigger pieces when I slice into it. Makes sense? I don't like it like with smaller pieces. All right, here we go. This is done when it starts clicking. Our meat is done, correct? Now what we're gonna do is here, your bowl with all the vegetables, Dawn and Mia, you are going to add your meat, or you can move it to another bowl because we're going to start layering everything in our EOC. Okay, vegetables and lasagna noodles. I don't even have my lasagna noodles. Ta-da! Here we go. I forgot my lasagna noodles, you all. Here we go. So I'm just gonna move some of my meat so I can layer it a little bit at a time. We're going to do about 3 layers, okay? From the bottom to the top. Let's see. I'm gonna grab another bowl. I'm just gonna move some of my meat. Some people, what they do is they actually add all the meat to the vegetable mixture, and they kind of like layer it that way. They mix everything and then they layer it, but my pieces are big. Now here, I still have a cabbage to process. So one last thing I'm gonna process. I forgot my cabbage. Let's do our cabbage. In your case, Marco and Mia, you don't have to do it with because you're using spinach, you don't need this, okay? Just me. Let me just catch up real quick. Dawn, ready? So your mixture of vegetables with a little bit of meat on your pan, that's at 350. You see that kind of like boiling a little bit. We're going to start layering our vegetables, okay? So here, let me see. I should have used a bigger bowl, which I'm gonna grab right now. It will make my life so much easier. Here we go. And let me show you how. Mia, Marco, do you see this? Those all are our vegetables. So mix it together. And then we are going to start layering. Look at all these vegetables, everyone. Do you see how much vegetable there is? So with about 1/3 of our meat in there, I am going to start layering this and put it one layer at a time. Here we go. Mia, Marco, here. Ta-da! So if yours is just zucchini, carrots, and squash, what you do is after the vegetables, you add the spinach. You see this, everybody? So there's meat in there, right? Meat and then veggies. Ta-da! Okay, and then put a bit of spinach on top of it is what you're gonna do. Put a bit of spinach. After that, grab your sauce and your ricotta cheese. Okay. Open it. Are you guys ready with your sauces and ricotta cheese? Let's put it on the side. Man, my thing is messy. And here you go. Your 8-pound lasagna. Grab your lasagna. And here, lay down about 2 to 3 pieces of it on top. You see this? Maybe 2 there. And then half on each side. Make sense? Yes? And then about 1/3 of your sauce. Oops, it splatters. 1/3 of your sauce on top. So this is like you're making your lasagna in a baking dish, but we're using the EOC at this point. All right, so about 1/3, and then the same thing, about 1/3 of your ricotta. And then just spread it out. The two cheeses, the Parmesan, or no, rather the mozzarella, and
Hey,
the
Marty, we had a question.
cheddar will be at the bottom. Did you see this? And then grab your Italian, pinch between.
Isn't that good?
Do it again. Meat. Do you see this? Meat. Ta-da! So now half more of the meat. You probably are thinking, Marby, I feel like it's going to overflow. I'm thinking the same thing. So we're going to go easy on our veggies at this point. And then our vegetables. Are you getting the drift so far? You see this? Ta-da! Oh man, this smells good.
Hey, Marvin.
So by the way, the pasta sauce that you're using, for everybody who's watching us, you can pretty much use whatever kind of pasta sauce. Okay, your choice. I'm using something that is with whole garlic and sweet basil. Every time I can get garlic into my cooking, I like garlic, so I do garlic. And then our lasagna again. You guys see this? 1, 2. Wow, this is overflowing, huh? Bam. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna do is here. So Marco, Mia, and Dawn, try to see. I think I made so much more vegetables than I should have, so I'm not gonna be able to use everything with my lasagna with this one. But this is my last batch of the meat that will be pre-cooked a little bit earlier. Doing on the side. And I'm gonna grab another. I'm gonna use my pie dish for my cheese.
Question.
Yes, go ahead. And then now,
Are we supposed to use ricotta or cottage cheese?
cottage cheese. You can do your ricotta. Ricotta is a good substitute for cottage cheese.
Okay, just checking. Thank you.
Yeah, you can. Perfect. So I'm glad you asked that because sometimes, like I was, right? I did not necessarily have all the necessary ingredients, but it's so easy to do your substitutions. So it's very simple. Layers of your meat with the veggies, and then your sauce and your cheese, ricotta or cottage, whatever you have at home. There you go. I'm using cottage cheese. Perfect. And then on top of this, I'm gonna do one more layer of cheese. Okay, so I ended up doing just 2 layers of lasagna actually, if you saw that. Now I'm doing my cheddar cheese. Dawn, do you have your cheddar cheese? So my topmost is going to be these cheese and sauce. Here we go. Then because I forgot to add some Italian seasoning to my veggies, I'm gonna put it on top of my cheese. You see this? You guys, you can't go wrong with this, right? Because if you forget to put your Italian seasoning at somewhere under, you put it on top. There you go. I added a bit more Italian seasoning because I love that. Then here comes my cheeses. Your combination of mozzarella and cheddar cheese, you pound on the top as much as you want. Make sense? So what we have in our ingredient, this is actually 8 ounces. That's going to be about half of this. All right. So you spread evenly your cheddar and mozzarella cheese combination. Now, some people would ask me, what if I don't have mozzarella and I have Parmesan? I will highly suggest you just add your cheddar and then your Parmesan. You kind of like use it for garnishing at the end when it's done. Because I always try to say this in our cooking classes, Parmesan cheeses are really meant to be more for garnishing rather than for cooking. when you cook mozzarella, Parmesan cheese in high heat, they tend to get, they change the, what do you call this? The flavor changes. Let's see, this is so soft. I'm gonna grab, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab my mozzarella cheese. And because they're in slices, you see this? Mia, where are you guys at? And Dawn? Are you okay? So 8 ounces of cheese. Ta-da! And this one, when that is all in there, we cover our EOC at 350. Bam. Oh man, look at this. That is simply hot. Covering. There. Is everybody okay? Let me clean up my space a little bit. Ta-da! So now that it's everything in there, all we have to remember is this again. At 350, what are we going to be waiting for, Mia? When we cover it like this, what are we waiting for?
For the bowl.
For the valve to start clicking. Look, it's immediate. Because it's pretty much been cooking while we've been layering, right? So it starts cooking like that. Hi, Alex. Hi, G. Yes, right. G, we're waiting for the clicking sound of the vapor valve. So we're just going to wait for that clicking sound to be rapid. And when that is rapidly clicking, what do? We lower our temperature to 210, and then we time it for 25 minutes, and your lasagna is done. Pretty cool? All right. So hi, Laura. Hi, thank you for dropping by. Connie, our very passionate advocate. Hello. Hi, Narisa. Thank you, everybody, for watching us. This is cooking lasagna on steroids. Did you see what we did? Did you see that, Mia? Like prep and cooking simultaneously. How long has it been? It's been like 30 minutes. I felt like it was an hour. I'm sweating here, everybody. But it's so much fun. Okay? So with the rapid clicking, Dawn, we lower our temperature to 210. 210 degrees. And you will see, as soon as we lower the temperature, that clicking sound will stop. And how much time? 25 minutes. We're putting up our timer to 25 minutes. There you go. All right. That's it. You see? The bulb stopped clicking. For all of you who are watching us, you're probably going, what in the world is that? Well, hit me up so I can arrange for me to do a full-blown presentation for you so you can understand why we cook this way, all right? There's a very good reason for that, a very scientific reason even as to why we cook this way and what that clicking sound is all about, all right? Bison, yes, bison. That's what Alex, I'm actually in love with bison. Some people don't like bison. They feel like there's a stronger flavor to it than beef, but I've gotten used to it, but I love bison. Even when we go out to eat burgers, sometimes we still eat out, you all. I always try to substitute my patties with bison meat. Okay, that or the good old mushroom type of patty. Okay, so now we're just waiting. Yay! Are you all excited, Mia and Marco? So I am excited because, like I mentioned earlier, I'm making the lasagna for the first time this way with you all. I tend to cook a lot more pasta, I have to be honest. I've never been a fan of lasagna per se. I prefer pasta over lasagna, I guess, because I've always found the flavors like overwhelming because lasagnas are very flavorful, right? So I tend to prefer my dishes. I want them flavorful, but not like too much going on at the same time. I've always felt like lasagna is like that way, but we'll see. We'll see. This might just change my mind. Okay. Dawn, you're okay? You're okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
did you say to turn it to 250 after the bulb?
210. 210 after the bulb, yes. So we started with 350 cooking or whatever meat that we had. If we did not have meat, then we did not have to cook anything at all. If you were using mushroom, then we should just have like combined our onions, mushroom, and all the veggies together, okay, and started layering it immediately. We only did the 350 in the beginning because we had to cook our meats. Okay, we wanted to make sure they're somehow fully cooked. So 350 after the layering, bam, 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 meat, vegetables, and then sauce, and then cottage cheese, and then some Italian seasoning, and then noodles, and then another layer, and then the last were the cheeses, our mozzarella and cheddar cheese is what we use today for ours. And then we covered after the clicking sound. We turned our temperature to 210, and our timer on to 25 minutes. All right. So only 25 minutes because we have meats, especially the beef and the bison, right, Mia? But they still cook fast because it's ground. If there were no meats, honestly, if it was just mushroom, then this will be done in like 10 to 15 minutes. All right. In fact, we're going to check after 20 because it might just be done already. Okay. So everybody, hi, Evelyn. Thank you for dropping by. Hi, Tita Susan. Thank you so much for dropping by. So we want to invite you all on Facebook. If you happen to chance by this cooking class, this is a cook along type of class. We give you the list of ingredients a couple of days ahead of time so you can be ready with it, and then you can join us over Zoom so you can cook alongside myself and my husband. A lot of times he's here, but today he's not. Okay. And then for next week, let's discuss this. Dawn, is there anything, I know you'd asked me about something in the past. Do you have any requests? Or our friends online, is there anything that you would want for us to make with you? Connie, your friends, your guests from your recent presentations, is there anything in particular that they would love to learn? Can you let us know? Marco, is there anything? People on Facebook, please let us know. Can you chat with us, please? What is one dish that you would love to learn how to make, especially if you're a Saladmaster owner, right? Or even if you're not, let me know. Is there anything? Quiet. Everybody's so quiet today. Chirp, 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 chirp.
Do you like have any like your recipes with like maybe chicken or pork and some kind of sauce?
Oh, you want something with sauce?
Yeah.
Yes, I've done stroganoff
Mhm.
in the past. If you love, I love beef stroganoff. So we did beef stroganoff one time. And I don't know if you have something the equivalent of a salpicao, a beef salpicao. That's also very good with some garlic. And then we have a consultant who promised to do Salisbury steak. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Salisbury steak? Maybe we should do Salisbury steak for next Sunday. What do you guys think? Connie, is there anything in particular that you would want? So what other dish with sauce are you thinking of, Marco?
Well, because like you said, like Mexican cuisine is a lot of like Chile type sauces and stuff. So I wanted to see like how the sauces worked in the cooker before we actually started trying to make Like
Okay.
from Chile or
God, see, this is where the challenge comes in for me. I know how to make the other types of sauces. For example, I just remembered, I've been wanting to show you how we make chicken marsala. Would you like to learn how to make marsala?
yeah, I've never learned that. I don't even know what
Right?
that is.
Marsala is so good. It's also creamy. But here, calling on calling all my Mexican friends. Hey, you guys, if you have any type of sauce with chiles, because it's such an in thing right now, right? Is it a summer thing, the chiles? It seems to be in almost every fancy Mexican dish that I see in restaurants right now.
Harvey, is that a challenge? Are you challenging us to figure out dishes?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Come on, Mia, we need you. I've been saying this ever since. I'm like, I don't know any Mexican dish. So I'm willing to like experiment with it, but I'm going to be very upfront. It's not something that I'm familiar with, but that's the beauty of it. We can learn it together. But come on, can you try to show us something that has chiles? Because I see so many dishes with hot chiles.
Yeah, that's just Mexican cuisine in general. Like something simple, like
Oh,
maybe something simple for us to come home and make is some kind of meat, whether it's chicken, beef, pork, and we throw it in some kind of sauce that has some sort of chile, like jalapenos, serranos, has some sort of like tomato or tomatillos. Like that's just normal for us. That's easy stuff for us.
oh, that's almost everything. Okay, if it's easy stuff for you, yay! How about you make some for us pretty soon? Yeah? Can you
Yeah.
show us how to make something, Mia? Mia is a great cook, you all, and there are in Lubbock, Texas, but come on, please help us out. How about we give you a couple of weeks to figure it out? I love this. I just put you on the spot.
The only tricky part is probably making the sauce. So like the chile, because we have to boil. So I'm
Oh.
trying to figure that part out first. But
Because a lot
made
of
it.
times when we make sauces, we boil it first, and then it goes into a blender and it gets blended up. So we're kind of trying to figure out how to do all that, maybe in one or
Without
two.
boiling. Because here we go. For our audience, believe it or not, the way that we try to cook our vegetables and fruits, as much as possible, we cook them without boiling them. Why?
Yeah.
Because it's not beneficial. You can actually end up destroying some of your nutrients in your fruits and vegetables because they're sensitive to high heat. Okay? There you go. I'm giving away a very good tip. So here, with Saladmaster, we try to cook these things without boiling them. Okay, so you saw here, as soon as we covered it and the bulb started clicking, we lowered the temperature to 210, which is way below boiling temperature. This thing is being baked at a much lower temperature than you would do it in the big oven, right? So that's one of the things that we do. So, okay, I'm with you, Marco and Mia. Let's try to figure that out. All right. In the meantime, I have some people here say, G said creamy garlic chicken with mushroom. Somebody said Salisbury steak sounds good. Wow. All right. Connie said her friends from today, they don't care. They just want to learn how to use what they're getting. Hi, Mia, David. Thank you for dropping by. We're making lasagna in a very unconventional manner using our skillet, not in the big oven. Okay, so here we go. Erwina Tan, she said, okay, Salisbury steak sounds good. Did you say that? Or are you guys trying to vote? Here we go. I only have 14 more minutes on my clock. How much more do you have on your clock? This is so much fun. I can't wait to try this. This will be like crazy good. Like this is gonna be like packed with flavor. All right. So just to do like a quick rundown of our ingredients, because I wasn't able to do that earlier. For those of you who came in later and joined us a lot later, these are the ingredients for our lasagna, okay? A pound of whatever kind of meat you want that's ground. And you may substitute that with mushrooms of any kind. The white ones like cremini and the white mushrooms, the button mushrooms, they tend to be closer to the chicken flavor. If you want the beef flavor, then get the portabella. Just dice them up, okay? But a pound of that. And then for your vegetables, we are using carrots, zucchini, yellow squash, and for myself, cabbage instead of spinach. You can add both actually, whatever kind of vegetables you want. But that's the beauty of this lasagna. Have you ever had lasagna with this much veggies? Dawn? Never, right? The lasagna that I know is just all meat. Correct? So this is going to be a lot healthier. It's better, okay? That's our goal. And then what else? What do we need for our ingredients? So those plus your 24 ounces of whatever type of pasta sauce that you prefer. You can actually use white sauce for this one. Did you know that, Marco, Mia? So in the future, if you want to do this lasagna again, if you have friends that prefer the white type of sauce, like Alfredo sauce, you can use that for here. You know that? Okay. So just 24 ounces of whatever pasta sauce you want. And then we're doing 8 ounces or 8 ounces of, or a cup of cheddar cheese and mozzarella cheese and 2 cups of cottage cheese. Makes sense? So twice the amount is the cottage cheese and some Italian seasoning for flavoring. Okay. 11 more minutes. What else are we going to talk about? So next week, I'm excited. We have a very new limited edition piece. It's a 6-quart saute that is like twice the size of this Dawn of our EOC. It's taller, but kind of like the same width. It is so pretty, but I can't wait to show you that next Sunday. Hopefully we already have a piece. And we're going to make whatever it is we're making next weekend in that one. So let's try to settle what are we going to cook next week. Do you guys want to do creamy chicken with some mushroom sauce or marsala? Let's take a vote between the two. Dawn, what sounds appealing to you more?
The chicken one sounds good.
With the marsala sauce or just the creamy garlic chicken?
Probably the marsala.
Marsala?
But either one.
Either one? Okay, perfect. How about you, Mia? What do you think? What would you rather?
Probably the marsala.
Marsala as well? It's settled then. Yay! For next week, we're going to have marsala, chicken marsala. Okay? So everybody, please look forward to that. If you're interested in learning how to make that real time, cook with us, okay? We do this every Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time, okay? All right, 10 more minutes on my clock. So 15 minutes have passed for me, right, Dawn? For all of us, for both of us. I'm gonna take a peek, okay? Halfway through. You guys can take a peek with me, but I'm gonna take a peek on mine. There you go. Do you see that? Woohoo, almost. Did you see that, Mia? How pretty that was? You know what I'm gonna add? Italian seasoning on top. I love Italian seasoning. I'm sorry. And I like to see a little bit more green there. Look, you know, honestly, I think this is gonna be done in 5 minutes. So here's what we're gonna do. Dawn, I'm gonna bring it up to 225. And then I'm gonna put my timer down. I think this is done in about 5 more minutes. It looks like it. Yay! Hello. How do you pronounce your name? Road Dorothy? Hi, thank you for dropping by. We're making lasagna, 1 pot, the unconventional way, using our skillet. Okay. Okay. Is there anything else that we want to announce? So, so please try joining us on Sunday so you can see the limited edition piece that I was talking about. that we want to introduce to all of you. And then I have another friend in California, Kristen. She was supposed to cook with me today. I'm not sure what happened. There's a time difference. Sometimes it kind of like confuses people because 5 o'clock here is 3 o'clock in California. So sometimes they miss it. They're like, oh, I thought it's at 5 o'clock their time. That's already 7 o'clock here in Texas. So I hope you get to watch this even later and get to make it afterwards. Let me know how it turns out for all of you, okay? So just 2 more minutes. And did you see what yours looks like, Mia? Does it look nice? Your cheese is all like done? Yeah. Are you excited to eat? We're gonna do our obligatory spotlight, okay, on each of you. And please be ready with your taste testers. I'm gonna grab a plate. I'm gonna put someone on the spot in my family. I'm trying to decide who's going to taste this for the first time. Cheska, do you want to be the one? That's my daughter, or Mikael? They're somewhere there. I'm calling them. All right, so just 2 more minutes. Woohoo! And I'm gonna open this. This is done. Dawn, ready? In 2 minutes, we're gonna go around. Let me just check my video. If it's still spotlighted. There you go. Everybody, I'm actually recording this real time because we're trying to prepare all our shortened videos for you. For everybody who's been asking for the recipes, that do not want to go back to the whole class because it's long, right? It's about 35 to an hour, 35 minutes to an hour every time. So we've been trying to work hard to do the shortened recipe videos for you, okay? Please be on the lookout. I'm so excited. Marco and Mia, you did not see it, but our 1 minute video or 2 minute video for the Alfredo is done. And I'm gonna upload that very soon. It will be so easy for you to use it. Okay? All right, here we go. I think mine is done. My clock still says 5 minutes, but I honestly think we don't need the 5 more minutes. Ready? Unveiling. Here we go. That's my lasagna. Do you see it? I'm so excited. Cheska, Mikael, one of you come here and try this. Dawn, do you see this? Where am I gonna cut? I'm trying to decide where to cut. Here we go. Oh man, this looks so yummy. Mikael, are you gonna try it? Come here. Grab your fork, my love. Here's my son, everybody. Real-time taste test. Here we go. Woohoo. And then we're gonna go around and spotlight. Can you help me spotlight them after you try it, my love?
Okay.
Oops. There. Uh-oh. I did not cut through cleanly. Here you go. How does yours look? Marco, Mia, are you cutting through it at this point? Mine is a little bit water. Do you see this? My son is always honest, so he's gonna go, do you like it or not?
Mm.
Moment of truth, everybody.
Okay.
Let me try. I'm gonna try it myself because it is so hot. It's good. Where's Steve? Okay, can you try to spotlight Steve? Hi, Demi. We just made a lasagna. We're going to spotlight Steve. Wait, Steve. There you go. How did it turn out? Let me see you on camera. There's your lasagna with turkey, right? Let's see, let's see, let's see. From the top.
Stellar. Stellar.
Oh, wow, Dawn, it looks so good.
It is very, very good.
Yay!
I'm becoming a master at this.
I know. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Restaurant quality, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of our guests the other week said, no, it's better than restaurant quality because you can get more shrimps.
Right. Yeah.
So much, Steve. And then let's go to Mia. Let me see, Mia. How did yours turn out? Let's go to Mia, Mikael. Let's look at Mia, please. All right, we can see your ceiling. Who's going to taste it? Is it Marco? Let me see, Marco. Let me see your food, please.
Trying to switch the cam. Oh, there you go.
Hi, Demi. We made some lasagna. Yum. Ooh, look at that. Okay, Marco, have you tried it? Let's see what Marco says. Your very healthy lasagna, right? Look at all the vegetables that went in there. For real.
It's good. It's really good.
Is it flavorful enough, even with all the vegetables?
Mhm. Yeah, it's a lot of
Okay.
flavor to it.
Yay.